Hey, two-line show. We in this bitch. Two-line show. We keep it lit. Two-line show. My facts legit. Two-line show. We got them views. Two-line show. She got them too. Two-line show. We can't not lose and won't. Two-line show. Hey, welcome back. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We back in this thing for the second week of December. We had to take a week off because y'all was tripping. Y'all wasn't watching shit. Y'all didn't know we was back. I didn't know you was back, D Nice. Well, yeah, we back. Come on, go on back on there and watch on YouTube. So if you ain't seen the last week's video, go check it out. It's from a week past last week, so 2 weeks ago. But anyway, we back in this thing. I'm D Nice, the nice one, and of course I got my co-host
Joy.
And we in this thing for the 2021, about to be the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So what we talking about anyway about our melanin report? Oh no, we doing that?
Yeah, no, we'll wait.
Oh, we're gonna wait. Okay.
Question, just
right.
question. Do you think 2021 was worse than 2020?
No, actually I don't. Because even though I got COVID and shit, and you know what I'm saying, that shit was real horrible and harsh to go through. You know, I just made a lot of moves this year. It was like my 50th birthday this year. You know what I'm saying? Closed on the deal at the shop. You know, so a lot of pluses happened this year. So I can't say this was better, worse than last year. Last year was just shit stained, terrible. I drank that.
I don't
know. How
know.
about you?
I don't know. I think it's a tie right now. Like 2021, we had promise, but then it was just like just slowly study like this. You know, even though we got one conviction, and on my Aubrey case, it was like the Red House. It was just, and then like all this crazy stuff. So it was sort of like, and then like the hurricanes and tornadoes that happened. It's like just
middle of the winter. That was weird.
So, but you know
where it hit at, figures.
You know, Kentucky, you got voting against.
You know, karma. You know, ain't karma. Like
right.
Y'all digging in the earth, and then what do you think he gonna do?
Right.
He gonna show you stop doing the dumb shit. Hey, you know, all that fracking and dumb shit y'all do up there, mining and all that shit.
Right.
So, what's the current events? What we got going on?
So we're gonna talk about first. We're gonna hear your opinion about the sports news, and then we're gonna get to the most.
All right, two live show news and sports.
All right, this is a 30-second segment.
Hold on. I got something for it.
We gonna okay. Let's
get it ready. We're gonna get it ready.
All right, who we got?
Here we go. Two live shows. News and sports for 30 seconds. Hey,
all right, ready? So I'm gonna get the clock ready. You got 30 seconds. First topic: Steph Curry breaking the 3-pointer. Go.
Hey man, you know the 30 piece, the light skinned assassin. I knew he would do it. Somebody said the game is jigged, but you know what I'm saying. Hey man, best shooter I ever seen since I can't even remember a best shooter than that. So that's why I say I was glad to be alive to see it, and I'm sure he'll do about 1,000 more. So ain't nobody touching that shit. Real spill.
In time.
Hey.
All right, good job. You finished. You finished before you're supposed to.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so next is Logan Whitley. Go.
Logan Whitley, the fight. Yeah, I watched it last night. It was a good fight. Logan was catching him more than Woodley was, and then that seventh, I think that seventh round, sixth round. Oof. He wasn't really focused on keeping his hands up, and Logan caught him with a right to the left side of his face, and he was flat on his skull going night, and he didn't get up for a minute.
And time. Next one is the COVID outbreak in the NBA and the NFL. What should happen?
Hey man, this is what happens when you think, you know, it won't happen to me. I'm healthy. I do all the things. I eat. I listen to Dr. Sabi, and I juice, and the Lord says He's gonna protect me. Well, this is what happens. So now the NBA and all the other professional teams going to deal with, you know, not limited teams, but limited audiences.
And then last but not least, it was a huge thanks. It was a
Okay.
huge revelation. Candace Parker, thoughts?
Wow, Candace Parker, bro, you shocked me. I got you as a fat head on my wall. I'm not saying I'm taking it down now, but that was a shocker, Miss Lady. So you did that damn thing. But welcome to your new team, and I hope you're happy. And much love to you. I still love you though. It's all good, and it was a shocker though. But hey, you tried. You tried. You did what you did. Now you want what you want.
And time. All right, so that was great. Now we're gonna get to our news segment. News. So
Okay.
the first one up is Mansion. Mansion.
Mansion.
Mansion.
Mansion is the supposed Democrat, and he's like King Lear right now. He's just holding everything up. It's his way or the highway, which is horrible for democracy. So they have to do something to squash that shit, to change it. So get past this idiot and pass some real laws and some real bills, so we can see some change for everybody in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll happen soon once everybody see he's not going to change.
All right. What do you think about Build Back Better and the Voting Rights Acts not being passed?
I mean, I think that they didn't put the message out there clear enough for the Americans to know that child support is in there. A lot of other benefits towards going time off from work is in there. But if they would have drove that and pushed that point to all the people who are Democrats in each state, I think they would do better. But because of limited senators, all the Republicans.
All right, we have the Deontay.
How I'm doing, guys?
You're doing great. You're doing Deontay Wright trial and the tears that came.
Oh man, the white tears. They work in America every time. I mean, that's why Emmett Till was consequently, when his trial never happened because white tears said he did it, and that was all they needed, and they using him now. His Deontay Wright, she trying to get off. I don't know what she's trying to do. You gotta deal with the consequences of your action, Miss Lady. You gotta go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
So deal with it.
And then last but not least, the text messages that Fox News host sent to Mark Meadows, Donald Trump's main guy, right-hand man, during January 6th Capitol riots. What do you got?
Man, in my opinion, Fox News been had blood on their hands, and it's just further proof that they conspiring with idiocracy and illegit ways of doing shit just to say they right and clearly they're wrong. And the truth always comes to light, whether you try to hide it or you got the money to hide it. One way or another, it will prevail. And I hope these SOBs get the consequences that I know anybody black will get.
And that is it. Good job, sir. Good job.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. You fucking murdered that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, it's cold.
That's the melon report time.
We're going to get to that. And it's perfect because the weather is cold. And guess who invented the first heat furnace?
Let's see. Probably had melanin in their skin.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. She was mixed or something.
No,
Hey, well, I don't know.
All right, so her name was Alice H. Parker.
Alice H. Parker.
I know she's not in the history book. She should be. But the reason why you have a furnace is because of Miss Alice H. Parker.
What did she do?
She was born in 1885 in Morrison, New Jersey, where it gets a little cold. She graduated in 1910 from Howard University Academy with honors.
Of course.
After her work, she married her husband, who could only be a butler. During that time in New Jersey, she worked as a cook for a family Morrison.
But we're dominant and lazy, though.
Yeah.
But anyway.
She felt that the fireplace did not keep the entire house warm.
It doesn't.
So she wanted to invent something to where in the winters in Morrison, New Jersey, that wherever she can go, she could have, warm air. So she invented what we now know as the heat furnace. She got that patent in 1910, December 23rd.
No one stole it from her?
No one stole it from her because she got a patent. Good job. So what happened was she heard how she set up her technology, how she figured out is she brought the cold air in and through the furnacer's sort of pipes or vapors, it turned the cold air warm. So Miss
Look up,
so Miss
look up.
Alice H. Parker, thank you for inventing the furnace, because if it didn't,
Yes.
she died from
Oh wow.
thermic shock, which I don't know what the hell it is. Looked that up in 1920. So she
It's,
only got to really enjoy her patent for 1 year before she died. So
whoa.
yeah,
Mm.
bad luck.
Sounds like
You think
somebody did some kind of
they offer.
wrongdoings in that
Mm.
situation.
Yeah, so so Alice H. Parker, if you want to learn more about her, dig deeper, please go to, look on Google.
Melon
Or
report.
but Alice H. Parker, inventor of the heat furnace. God bless.
Yes. Salute you.
Thank you.
Hey man, we got so many people in our history books
Mm-hmm.
that are not in our history book, that are in history, that did so much for America. It's a shame that we don't know. It's a damn shame.
Critical race theory.
Yeah, that way.
So
All right, so what we talking about? You got it.
it's
Is it ask a question about relationship situations?
yeah. So you're supposed to ask me questions about my relationships. I don't know what he's gonna ask because we haven't shared any of these questions.
Okay.
So if I have an initial shock on my face when he asks, just know it's not rehearsed. It's like, what the fuck? There are some things I probably can't answer for reasons.
The fifth.
And the fifth. So if I plead the fifth, just know that there's a reason for me pleading the fifth.
Okay, so my first question is dealing with a tragic dude you initially raised a child with or birthed a child with.
Two.
Yeah, a couple kids. I'm sure ladies can relate to that. They have several kids with a toxic, just terrible person.
And those genes show up in that DNA. You have no idea.
Yeah, so my question is, how soon after that do you actually heal before you can actually move on to see a person for what they're bringing to the table without any baggage or them dealing with any stress from?
I don't think you ever completely heal after you go through like a traumatic situation like that, because your antennas are up. Your body changes through trauma. And it never goes back to same. You could try, but your body just changes through trauma. So when you're in a traumatic situation and you meet a person, like that's why I didn't date right afterwards. After I got done, like I think it took me about 3 or 4 years to even think about seeing another person, because I was just so, everything was just like, oh, you're doing this, or this is the type of person. If I saw just the slight similarities, I'd cut it off in a heartbeat, because I did not want to go back through that. So I don't think you ever completely heal.
PTSD.
Yes, exactly. So I don't think you completely ever heal, but you do learn to like sort of compartmentalize and put your guard down a bit. You have to keep telling yourself, this is not that person, this is not that person, this is not that person. So like you mentioned children. A lot of times women, will take out their aggression on their child, because if they see their child act like the other half, you just get triggered. Like I even had to see my son as not this person, but as my son. They're two separate entities. And they have certain similar behaviors, DNA. He had, my son is not responsible for his father's behavior. So a lot of women, they take whatever aggression out because they see so much of their, the other partner in that. But you have to realize that this is my child. I had him. It's not their father. So again, with those triggers and just how people are today, your antennas are always going to be up. But what you can do is learn to trust the person as time goes by, and keep telling yourself, this is not that person. This is not that person. This is not that person.
Okay, good answer. All right, ladies, hope you ate off that food she was giving you. But second question is, does a guy have to have his finances so situated that you don't have to do nothing but stay at home and watch the kids? Is that a realistic?
It depends
idea?
on. I would say this, like, probably when I was like younger, like at this age, I do think a man should be financially like responsible. He doesn't have to be a millionaire, but he should be financially responsible. Always was taught to have my own money, so I would never feel comfortable just staying at home relying on one person. It's just how I was raised. Some people think it's a success if he can stay home and guy pays for everything. But the thing is, if something happens to that guy, or shit goes wrong, where's your independence in this? So I've always been taught to have my own money.
My thing with that is also that women pick and choose what old school traditions they want to follow. Like ladies don't do that no more, and we got on this. But when it comes to shit like that, then it's like, oh yeah, he got to do that. I mean, that's the same old school ways that you saying you don't want to, repeat. But clearly you're following that. So I feel like if you're grown ass adults and you went to school and you got a career and you got a job and you find another person you like and they have a career and a job or just a job. Every job is not a career and
Mm-hmm.
every career is not a job. So if you can work it out where y'all build together and if you got to reach out to him and pull him up or reach out to her and pull her up, then I feel that's fair. And then you grow together and financially be stable. But for a man to come in already situated and then expect it to be an equal there, I mean, no man that's in that position is thinking equality. He's thinking submission and do as I say, not as I do.
Right. So again, I just always been taught to have my own money,
Facts.
and there's nothing. And I always felt that if he can bring more to the table, then the relationship is that less stressful. Because if the person feels like all the pressure's on them to succeed, it does take a toll. But if you guys can bring to the table something each, then it works.
Yeah, and the way things set up nowadays, when adults are supposedly adults are having kids at let's say 18 already, having kids and shit.
I'm gonna have to
It's
pour a drink for that shit.
yeah, it's like everybody wants to be grown until it's time to do some
Being
grown
grown
up
shit.
shit.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
So
So sad.
I say that to stop rushing to be so in a adult position because this shit is hard. This shit is not easy. And if you're not qualified mentally and education and all that to take care of your responsibility, it will show. Like surroundings will show. Where you live will show it.
Mm-hmm.
What you're driving will show it. The conditions you are in or will show it that you didn't plan correctly. So let's keep that in mind too,
Agree.
ladies.
Agree.
Oh y'all popping kids like it's the new fad and shit. And what happened to protection? God damn.
Numero tres.
Sheesh. Hmm. Okay. So another question is, once you get burnt in a relationship, how hard is it to say, okay, I'll marry another man, after you thought I would never do anything of that sort again?
I don't know. I think it just depends on the situation. I mean, there are some people you just have such chemistry with that you're like, let's go. Um, it also depends on where you are in life. Uh, you may want to be like, fuck it. I want to settle down. I'm going to settle down with the next person. I'm going to give it a go.
Don't y'all sometimes wait till the fourth quarter with 2 minute warning to be trying to find a man, and at that time you in dissed all the good ones. You be 35, 45 years old and you still single and shit.
Again,
And
I just think it depends on the person.
but
Like,
they end up regretting that shit
I
though.
mean, they do. I mean, but
Women out here
it's
regretting their
it's.
decision like a motherfucker.
Quarterback. Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah,
What happens is
standards is too
we
fucking high.
we
Reality is not
I
based.
think what we sometimes do is we feel that if we think we have this type of life, we're gonna be happy. And I have to say that it's not always the case.
Don't
Like,
work like
it
that,
doesn't
bro.
work like that. Sometimes what you think can make you happy will be the very opposite of what you think you are. So like one of my relatives, one of their goals is to be a housewife. They just don't want to work. They want to just stay home, order shit, and do whatever. And that looks great. But then, what happens if you have to ask your dude for money? And he's like, no, you're not getting it, or you can't do this, you can't do that.
You're on a budget.
You're on a budget. Or like he expects you to have the house completely clean and
Mm.
dinner ready the moment he walks in the door.
What the fuck?
Right. So it's like if you're gonna live that
I
lifestyle,
don't eat cheese.
he doesn't eat cheese. He doesn't. So so like if you want to live that lifestyle, you have to figure out what comes with it. Unless your dude is like
Hey,
making
Tyler Perry made enough movies for y'all goofy asses. You should
right.
know.
So like unless your dude is like making $5 million a year, where you have a butler and a maid and a chef to do all that other stuff, yeah, you can sort of like do nothing. But like if it's just you, the house better be clean. Dinner better be ready. Kids better.
Even then, they working on Housewives of Atlanta, or they doing something. I mean, ain't no female that's even in the money and just chilling. I mean, it's a few of them that just, like you said,
They
that was
have
their
it like that.
goal.
But like
But
like women like
but the
that
dude,
working.
they don't have no connection with them. Like they
Right.
just got that position, and they can show their house around. They can have a nice dinner party, but the connection with the man, it's just thank you for making me look good
Tristan
for my
Thomas.
sorry ass schoolmates.
Tristan Thomas.
Yeah, so hey man, be
Better
careful
think
what
about
you
it.
ask for. You might get it,
Right.
and it won't be the right way.
All right.
All right.
Let's keep going. What's the next question?
All right. Next question is: can you have sex with one guy Monday evening, and then Tuesday morning you have sex with another guy?
Could I personally do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And hold on. So now, let me just clear this up before y'all like it.
He still got his
So
DNA.
I could
clear
do
that
it.
up.
Anybody
done
could. Have I done it? No. I could do it.
Mhm.
Anybody could do it if that's what you want to do. Now, the two people I have in mind that I could do that with, of course, because where there's like history and chemistry there, it's not like some random. But actually,
So you can have a threesome then. Really?
no way, no threesome.
Oh.
No, it's just
Okay.
no. But actually, that would be.
You did mention two people, so
I
I was
do.
thinking
Yeah,
2 plus 1 is 3.
it is. But we're separate. It's just 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Okay.
I would say that actually that would be
Summertime and wintertime.
that would be a great feat actually if I could ever pull that off with those two. Oh my goodness, that would put me in the Hall of Fame for real.
Damn.
So we have to. I would have to, but I would have to plan it perfect in order to
What do you
make
call
it.
What do you call it? Hot girl summer. Y'all up with that one. That's
telling you if
that's
I
the 100 points right there.
If I pull that off, I'm getting a merit badge for that shit.
Yeah, but unlike men, we've been doing that for years.
Asshole.
Yeah, we got 1,000 points just on that tidbit of information.
Assholes.
City boys winning. City boy winning. City boy winning.
15 kids. So
pay for them.
Oh yeah. So what's the next question?
All right, this is all shots to her. All the females want to know, or all the men want to know, if you would stay in a relationship with a guy just because you're comfortable with the situation, and why would you stay and pretend to be happy?
Because like you said, you're comfortable. You know what's gonna happen. There are no surprises. It's easier just to go with this versus go out and start something new. It's why people stay at a job that they hate for 15, 20 years is because they're comfortable. They know what's going to happen versus going out into the unknown. So you know that you're going to get paid every Friday, right? You get the same amount every Friday. You're going to get paid. So that's security. But if you're like, fuck this job, I hate this job, I want to go out and do something else, you know you're not getting paid every Friday. That could be a scary thought, especially if you got bills to pay and X, Y, and Z. Same thing with women who stay in relationships for 15, 20, 30 years to somebody that's unhappy. You just get used to the person. And, you just, it's just how people can live in squalor. You get so used to it that you even see the mess. It's just like, okay, it's gone. So with women, especially women, because there's a man shortage, women are competing with other
breaking news.
Yeah, there's a man shortage. Women are competing with other ethnicities, other genders. You know what I mean? So like when we find one, no matter what's gonna happen, we're gonna try to stick it out because the idea is you don't want to be alone.
So can you accept them having another woman as well?
Oh,
as you?
people do. I couldn't do it. No, I don't. I don't do that. Like if you want to go do that, fine. I'd rather be by myself and deal with that shit. So like, I couldn't do it, but I know that women share. They have whole fucking songs. Weekend Girl. You know what I mean? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday lover. We only fuck with each other on the weekend. So like, there are certain people who definitely have that type of relationship because they know that, okay, I mean, at least he comes back home, or I know what's going on. He's not lying to me or whatever. You justify it anyway in your head. But like, I think people definitely get used to just being treated a certain way. The body can adjust to anything. You can mentally
That's
adjust to anything. The people in the Holocaust that was there for 2 or 3 years, seeing family members die, they mentally adjust to that situation. So like people, slavery.
super 360 right there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just
180.
yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying like it just shows you how your mind can
Yeah,
mentally
yeah,
adjust
yeah,
to
yeah.
any situation.
Oh
So
yeah.
if the
Slaves
people,
did it. I mean,
slaves
come
did it.
on.
So if the slaves, the Holocaust people mentally adjust their situation, what's dealing with the sorry ass nigga? It's just nothing. We can do that.
Wow, y'all incredible women.
Oh, men do it too. Men can be treated like crap and still be there. I mean, you don't hear about it a lot, but like there are men who just get treated like complete dirt.
Straight geek squads. I don't
And
know no man my caliber, alpha male, that would tolerate no dumb shit like
you'd
that.
be
But
surprised.
I'm built different.
Hmm.
My cloth they don't sell it no more.
They don't sell it. Right. This is good.
One
Next
of one.
question. This is good questions.
Okay. Next question is: would you fuck for money? Yep. Straight up.
I think we do anyway, but like prostitution and shit, no.
Nah, it's I dude in the club. He want to take you somewhere. You like him,
Uh-huh.
but he's like, damn, can I get some money out of this situation?
No, I
Probably.
see. The thing is, if it's like I wouldn't even ask for money if it's like that. I mean, it's just, if it's pleasure, then that's all.
Nah, he ain't asking you.
But
He's
yeah,
saying
but I'm
if
asking
he
him for
offer
money.
you, he like shit.
No, I would no, hell no, because then I'll feel cheated. Hell no, I would no, I wouldn't. It's so funny. Like
Could you deal with? Could you be offered some money, ladies, and accept it?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to feel.
wonder.
I wouldn't want to be cheating like that. It would just sort of like kill the vibe.
Okay, so what do you call that feeling you have? What is that called?
It's
Like
just like ugh.
I'm saying, is that like a moral thing? Is that like integrity? Is
I
that
think
like
I think it's
what is that called?
integrity and moral. Like
Oh,
I
that still exists? Okay.
I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, I couldn't like once you sell yourself, that's it. There's no other bottom to that. Like you've crossed every sort of
Yeah, a
line.
lot of these people
Yeah.
out here feeling real bad about themselves.
Bad,
They don't
bad,
even
bad.
look at the mirror in the bathroom no
Yeah,
more.
that's the problem. Like
The
I
shit
didn't.
they did to get those Gucci shoes.
No, fuck that. It's not that important.
Sheesh.
It means just wait till better days. Next question.
All right. Are you or would you accept a guy who's in your circle who wanted a child? Would you have that child with that one of those persons?
No, I'm done with kids.
Even though the ones you had was with somebody you didn't like.
So this is what I go back and forth with.
Depriving the guy that wants you and loves you and does you right. That would be wrong on your account.
This is the problem. I've thought about that a million times. Like to have that happy pregnancy.
And you still said, fuck you, dude.
Didn't say fuck you, but I was just like, but I think.
Oh, well.
I think, but I would say this: if it happens,
so can you have a child with another woman and then have a child and bring it?
That's cute. I would say this: if it happened,
that's cute.
Let's say if I did get pregnant, I'm not gonna plan it, but if I did get pregnant and it's with him, then I'm like, all right, cool.
You accept it.
I'll accept it. But if he's like planning this shit, I'm just gonna
gotcha, bitch. I thought I had a condom on.
And there's some like the skin
tore that shit off
like
before I blew
actually
it.
there's condoms now that you don't even feel like skin condoms.
Yeah, skinless.
You do not like you literally don't feel it. So it's like
I
know you don't you haven't done it in like 30 years. So like you won't
come on with them 30s. I don't know about that number.
I'm sorry, 5 years. Whatever years. 5 years.
5?
Did you see it?
Decorations.
So
come on, man. Let's go.
So anyway, decorations. So anyway,
Christmas.
That's wow. So anyway, that's sort of like how I look at it. Like I if it happened all natural, we didn't plan for it, it just happened. I'm like, all right. But if we're planning for it and you're like, hey, I think around this time I'd like you to get pregnant, nah. Next question. I think we got time for 2 more questions.
All right. You remember what Insecure? How it started off, where my boy was on the couch and she was getting frustrated with him, and
Mm-hmm.
clearly he blew up.
Mm-hmm.
If you still watch the show,
Right.
so would you accept that situation now in your position? And he was like, just give me time, babe. Would you accept that?
So okay,
He can't.
so if I
Same
was
situation. He can't
working,
pay no bills right now.
so okay,
You
so
work. You are working. You're a
so I'm
teacher.
working. I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
So she was doing her thing,
Uh-huh.
and he recently got laid off. And
Yeah, exactly.
I understand why she cheated. I do.
Mm.
I do understand why she cheated.
And I know what your excuse gonna be.
But I wouldn't have done it. I would have probably flirted with dude hardcore just because of my ego.
Mm.
But as far as like taking that next step and actively cheating, no. Because I would say that your relationship is not built on both of us being successful.
You know why she did that though?
Tell me.
She didn't look at him as a man no more.
Right, because he couldn't pay shit.
Yeah.
Right, he was
she
just
looked
laying
at
on her.
him,
Yeah, he was just sleeping all the time. But
a
again,
sorry ass dude.
so like, but if it continued, if I saw that he wasn't going out getting job interviews and trying to get work and whatnot, then yeah, that would be unattractive. But because he was actively trying to find employment, and he was actively trying to find employment, and he just wasn't getting it, and he was going through depression, then I wouldn't have cheated because we've all been to those like low points in our life. So like if you really have a strong relationship, then those are just the ebbs and flows and ebbs that you deal with. So it's like it's the downs and lows. So like that's the part of it. You can get laid off. But no, I wouldn't have cheated, especially if I know that he was actively working to be employed.
And it was somebody he was vibing with at work, and y'all incidentally, got close to each other, and you know how that energy get, and as soon as like you end up kissing that person, like wow, what if that happened? You still don't pursue nothing, even
No,
he on the couch
because
like,
I would
you
say
bring
that
me some bacon and eggs from McDonald's when you get home.
I would say that anything good looks when you have something bad. Right? Anything looks great when you have something bad. And a lot of it, again, for me, would just be ego. I just need to know that if I left his ass.
DAB.
What?
Down ass bitch. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone. Especially if I
many of
saw
those left.
Yeah, especially if I saw him trying. And that's all I ask for is effort. You don't have to fucking get,
And disclaimer, this ain't for niggas who start off sorry with a female who start off sorry. Y'all just two sorry niggas who trying to figure it out, who had babies. Y'all should have just went to school and got a trade or a job and then got a child. But this ain't for that conversation. This is for professional.
Yeah, adults. So yeah, so it's like if that happened, yeah, I wouldn't have cheated. Again, if I was flirting with dude at work, if anything, it just takes stress off. But I would never go to that next.
But dude you flirt with don't know that before you know it, he's hunching on your ass.
But no, there's a certain thing you can't let it get that far. You know what I mean? Just remind yourself who you belong to. But yeah, I'll fucking sit there and flirt with you all day, but I'm not gonna fuck you. Not gonna happen.
Dude, you must don't know these Atlanta niggas.
I don't know these Atlanta
niggas. You flirt with Atlanta niggas, you don't have you on the news. They got blockade, the ATF is coming. He will not come out.
Nah. No, it's strictly East Coast.
Okay, there you go. You safe, I guess. Son.
It's bull.
Yeah. What's that?
Bull, BUL. I think Philly.
Oh,
New Jersey, Philly.
All right.
Hello, New Jersey and Philly.
All right, that's been an interesting inside mind of a female's brain.
You had one more question.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what it was. What was your question?
One more was if one of the guys you dealing with wanted to have a threesome, would you do it?
No.
Oh.
No, I told you I would watch. Actually, no. I realized that I would not watch. Because if he's looked like he's enjoying himself a little bit too much, then we're gonna have a discussion.
Man, what's too
much? But
he in the zone. He's zoned out.
He's zoned out. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I would watch. Yeah, I would watch. Would you go to a sex party?
As long as it's more females than dudes, yeah, I would. Yeah. Like this, 2 dudes with nowhere near me. I don't want no dudes near me.
Okay.
Yeah. The JJ's all in my face. On that note, hey, we're at the joy and pain time. What's your joy and pain?
It is the end of 2021 and we made it, you guys. There's a lot of bullets that we dodged. We're back. I know we took a hiatus for a second, but we got to get healthy. But we're back, so that's great. Yeah, and, yeah, everybody's healthy. My pain is the fact that we did not get the Voting Rights Act bill passed before the end of the year. And also,
21 views.
it's 21 views or 24.
That's our pain too.
Yeah, that's our pain
Mine's
too. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come back. Come back in the fold. But other than that, what is the real spill from a G?
A real spill from a G is simply this. Uh, Stay with one person. Stay with one person because it's safe, and when you messing with somebody else's girl, you getting shot at or you're shooting at them or whatever. You watch the news; it's all the time. Um, and people are really possessive nowadays, so stay out of people's houses. And if a girl want to move on, they let her move on. Don't kidnap her, man. Like, y'all are really out here with some DV, like, super serious. Like, yeah. Yeah, these ATL shorty, yeah. Get y'all mind right,
that's what
man.
they're doing out here right now?
Yeah, that's what they doing. Yeah, a whole lot of knuckleheads slapping upside the head type Ike and Tina type shit. But I say this to say, if you're not man enough to stay in something, then get out of it, man. Say you can't deal with it, even though you got a kid out here in these streets, and most of the time you stay with the girl because you can't move nowhere else because you don't have nowhere else to stay. I know y'all sorry that situation because I hear about it. I'm a barber. So
licensed therapist.
Yeah. So real spill, man. Just do better next year. Make every decision you make sure you think about it before you just jump to some shit. Don't just jump in something just cause. There's tax season, y'all finna get a little change back unless you got fraud on your name, then you ain't getting shit. So sorry. But till next time, real spill from G. Stay safe. This is Two Live Show. We back. And y'all better start watching. What's up, bruh? Come on. Real spill. Hiya.